What we do here is go back.
During the days of rapid Thug 1 time decreases and Thug 2's domination by Guy Width, a certain game rose up and emerged from the shadows. This game initially served as a side speed game or casual speed game for big boy runners like the Packle and Pietas, but no one knew this game had its own arsenal of runners never seen by the likes of the Tony Hawk community that would shred and squeeze the life out of this very game, soaring through the leaderboards. Hey everyone, my name is Crofty and this is a history of Tony Hawk's American Wasteland speedrun world records. Before we start, this video will mainly cover Classic 80% and Story Easy with some mentions of other categories. Back in the late Speed Demos archive days and early speedrun.com days, Thor was primarily played on Classic mode as it was much quicker than the longer story mode. There are runs that date back to 2010 but no time was posted, let alone a video. Thor Classic didn't see any kind of serious runners until 2013, where the transition was taking place between SDA and speedrun.com. The only proper run I could find on SDA was a run by, hope I don't pronounce this wrong, Guilherme Scholtes, who with help and assistance by a legendary runner and certified God George, managed to gain a 5 minute and 16 second run on Classic Normal in August 2013. Other runners were claimed to speedrun to the ruins and stop there without beating the level. On YouTube, however, I found an All Goals IL video back in 2009 on the Chicago level by Leonardo, who completed it in 1 minute and 5 seconds. On Thor Classic, you have to complete a certain amount of goals to unlock the next level. These goals can range from high score to ollieing over different barriers to smashing arcade machines. Unlike Thug 2 Classic, the tasks completed will carry over to the next level. So if you were to complete all of the goals for a level, you would only have to complete a couple of goals on the next. This makes routing very unique due to the fact that there are endless possible routes and time saves. Rollover tasks are especially saved for the final level, the Ruins, which is known for its spread out goals. In 2013, a lot of speed games were making their transition from Speed Demos Archive to speedrun.com, most likely due to the fact that speedrun.com had a leaderboard and had a better layout. Thor Classic at this time was very similar to the feel of THPS3 and Thug 2 without really any significant glitches. This is probably why it was more popular than Story back then. The earliest available speedrun on speedrun.com was a 5 minute and 40 second run by Noodles on the 1st of August 2013. This run is exceptional due to the fact that it was done on PS2, which suffered from slow ass loading times. The next run was an amazing 4 minute and 2 seconds run performed on the 2nd of January 2014 by, you guessed it, King George.
Okay, this is bad. Then fucking sub 4? Man.
He absolutely smashed Noodles out of the park by using vastly different routes, which resulted in a nearly 2 minute time save on a short game. George would take an inevitable break from Thor Classic, leaving his world record standing for 2 years. A bit before this run, Thor made its first appearance at Games Done Quick in an interesting run of Classic Normal All Goals co-op with ancient runner and current Discord and Twitter lurker, Kerno. That very run live on GDQ resulted in one of the longest standing world records of Tony Hawk history of 5 years, which no one has attempted. Back to Classic Normal, during the period of George's world record, other one-off Thor runners such as Sabazios, Mufin and Ahmed tried to snatch the title, but sadly didn't even get within a minute of George's godlike run. That time would come when Thug 1 Big Dog, the Packle, picked up the game and within 4 days saved 25 seconds and bopped George off the top, claiming a historical sub-4 time of 3:59 on the 26th of March 2016.
Sub fucking 4! And we're done here, folks. Drop the mic.
Later that year, on the 7th of September, TK Marler, a relatively new runner to the Tony Hawk community, blitzed through the leaderboards of THPS4, Thug 1, Thug 2, and Thor especially, tying with Packle's 359 run.
Hi Bob George. Which I guess is okay.
Packle's crown will be taken by Yib with a long set of runs starting with a 5:31 and concluding with a 3:45 on 26th of November 2016. At the time, Yib was a low-level thug runner and top contender THPS4 runner. He had made some routing adjustments which allowed him to gain the time. An example of a small time save was the secret tape on Minneapolis. In Packles/TK Marler's run, they will all ride off a ramp at the back of the building to get on top of it, which allows them to reach the tape. Yib, however, power slides and wall rides the side of the building, allowing him to get closer to the tape faster. Yosh stood past Yib shortly after with a 3:42. Since then, Yosh has disappeared off the face of the earth, so I was unable to recover his upload dates and obsolete runs. Yib then stole it off Yosh with an amazing 3:37 on the 11th of July 2017.
I did it, dude. Oh man.
We will see if either Yib holds a spot like George did, or if another contender crawls through the leaderboards, stealing the top spot. Thor Story was a completely untouched category up until 2013, where the first verified run was fellow Aussie and known Tony Hawk runner, Kane, with a 1 hour, 16 minute and 16 second run. The only glitch used at this time was a custom graffiti save that was used on a brand new save. The tag had characteristics that meant you didn't have to make your own mid-run, it was already made for you. This saved roughly 25 seconds, but it was free time. Later in 2017, the mods added a New Game Plus category for anyone who used this glitch. To this day, it remains the most popular category in all of Thor. In early 2014, Piatas, a YouTube famous Thug 2 runner, claimed the first decent world record with a 56:08.
Iggy, what happened? Did we have enough?
As Thor was treated as a casual speed game by legends, the leaderboards filled up with Thor exclusive runners and some known runners like TH126, Fives and Sub-Zero Reptile. These runs had subpar times and not as much dedication as runners mentioned later. An exemption from this would be the Packle once again, who claimed the Thor Story world record during his Thug 1 fame time with a comfortable 54:44 time in July of 2015. But nobody, not even the mods, saw this man coming. Thor exclusive runner by the name of Waves started his Thor saga via a 12-hour challenge on PS2, where a runner learns a game in 12 hours. He performed this on the 5th of February 2016. His run ended up being a near-dead last run, which made the mods think he was just another fresh noob runner. But he didn't give up there, he kept going, slowly climbing the leaderboard place by place, minute by minute. In the end, he got the top spot with a 54:01 on the 22nd of March 2016, a comfortable lead.
Nah, no 53. God damn, dude. Oh, that fucking sucks. I missed 53 by 2 seconds. Shit, yeah. That is still a fucking god run. I don't care.
Waves then took a break from Thor, playing other non-Tony Hawk games for just under a year. During Waves' break, Piatas jumped back on the Thor wagon and bought Packle with a 54:35 on the 27th of May 2016.
There we go. So because I split differently on Casino and Escape Lane now, Escape Lane thinks I saved a lot of time, but that's not the case, obviously.
For some reason, Piatas stopped there instead of trying to get to the top. This was probably due to some friendly rivalry between the popular runners. Sometime early in the Thor story scene, there was a discovery of a trick called Save and Quit, where the player quits and re-enters the game to a fixed spawn location. This helps the player to get closer to where they need to be. The catch though was that the PC version wasn't ported properly, so sometimes when you quit the game, it crashes. There were only one or two that were worth the risk, as they saved more time and didn't seem to crash very often. Around this same time, the normal way was to start the game from New Story, and you would have to go through a minute cutscene and a sequence of setting up your character. The starting time was instead changed so that the first goal you have to do was Ian's. This made it easier to grind runs as you didn't have to wait a minute. Another trick was also discovered early on where you could skip some cutscenes in Beverly Hills. However, the skips are frame perfect. You have to start the next mission in the same frame you start the last mission. This is especially useful for the Nada spin cutscene, which goes for roughly 10 seconds. In early 2017, Waves returned to Thor, more determined and ready than ever to get to the highest spot he can. Instead of sitting comfortably at the top, he kept climbing like there was no limit. In 3 weeks, Waves squeezed the life out of Thor, finding his own improvements and optimal time saves, which helped him soar through the times to secure a legendary 5138 on 15th of February, far ahead of any competition.
Done. The misery is fucking over, man. Shit. After the marathon, I'm fucking deleting this game off my goddamn computer. I'm fucking done with this game, finally.
For a while, it seemed certain that Waves would hold the top spot for years to come. In mid-2017 though, a new runner moved into the currently dead Thor scene. His name was Crofty and he was more determined than ever. He came up with his own unique time saves and route changes, going from a 1 hour 6 minute to a 55:43 on the 29th of August 2017. Perpic, another fresh runner, picked up the game around the same time and got a 54:22 after a year, before stopping due to having a satisfied run. Crofty then went on hiatus from Thor, speedrunning Thug and Thug 2 casually. At the start of 2018, Crofty came back to finish what he started. He invented new time saves and sparked numerous debates about which ways were faster. A lot of his route changes involved save and quits, which were at the time a risky way to run due to the crashes. During the game, you have to complete 3 different BMX missions to proceed with the Black Widow's chapter. These missions were done in downtown, when the Cholo tells you that you have to do these missions. A new route update to this was made, where you do the BMX missions in Vans Park due to the close proximity of spawns. This was the only RNG part of the run if you don't count the crashes. This is because you could get all the spawns in the same spot instead of spread out across the level, resulting in a decent time save. Instead of Crofty halting his runs due to the crashes and RNG, he kept trying, hoping for that sweet taste of victory. His runs kept improving, each run saving 30 seconds. In the end, he scored a 52:22 on the 3rd of May 2018, a solid second place run with some time loss and time saves.
No way! No way! No, you're kidding.
Now he was a relatively new runner to the Tony Hawk community, only having runs in GTA. Out of literal nowhere, he started running, climbing the ranks just like everyone before him. He ended up getting some mid-52-minute runs, which was some solid work. During this time, a Tony Hawk code junkie called Gone decided to help the community fix this infamous save and quit crash. After numerous theories and tests, he found the cause. It was the QB files inside of the game. To fix it, he added a delay to unload certain zones before the game sent you to the menu. This fixed the annoying and infamous save and quit strat and allowed for a whole new wave of time save opportunities to come. As this was fixed, Crofty made a long list of all possible save and quits. These, however, affect the type of stats you can receive. Previously, runners would obtain various speed stats throughout the run to make their character faster, but the save and quits changed the time of day, which also changed the stats, making speed stats harder and less worthy to obtain. One annoying and run-killing mission was Stevie's nollie-based mission, where you have to make jumps that can only be done if you have a good speed stat. Crofty, however, didn't care about speed stats and practiced the mission to death, finding reliable ways to complete the mission first try.
Oh, yo, I be in your stuff now. Here, now you.
cool. No, yo, watch it. Yeah, now watch. You see that kicker pulling up? Now, Pete. Alright, a bone.
Around this time, a friendly runner called Epton came into the scene. He was a helping hand assisting with timing strats and giving his voice on certain routes. He ended up with a 54.10 on the 29th of August 2018 in front of the big boy runners.
Please, for the love of God, do not crash here. I'm begging you, if you crash, I hate you. I hate you if you crash. Oh my God, please. 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 I think I'm gonna fucking pass out after this run. Straight up on the ground. My hands are ice cold, guys. Ice cold. They're not cold, they are ice cold. If I don't crash and I finish this...
It was here that the community saw the most amazing and interesting set of runs ever for Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. Adding all of these different tricks into his arsenal, Crofty slowly started climbing, eventually passing Waves' amazing 51.38 for a 51.29 on the 16th of September 2018. 10 hours later, Nage passed Crofty with a 51.08. Crofty then passed Nage's world record with a 50.49 6 hours later, his current time. Sub 50 is real, boys. Sub 50 is real. Nage then finished it off with a 50.30 a few hours later. Instead of stopping, Nage kept going like everyone before him. He ended up with a legendary run of 49.37 on the 7th of Feb 2019, passing the ultimate barrier of sub 50. A month before Nage's 49.37, Waves popped back on the track where he started derusting again. Using current strats not available back in the day, he finished with a 50.44, leaving Crofty in third.
It's been so long since I beat.
It's been like a week.
Yeah.
This is where we are today, Nage wearing the crown with Waves and Crofty below him. In early 2019, Packle started trying to beat his old runs on various games, including Thor. He came back and within a short period of time, he lowered his time to a 52.37 on the 18th of January 2019.
Not bad. That end game was a lot better than my beginning. My beginning was kind of trash.
The main difference between easy and normal/sick is that in normal and sick, you must do cash goals from the bum to get enough cash to proceed with the game. Before a specific pair of runners came through, these categories had a run each and were basically dead. But English Ben and Tyler Lasagna decided to pick up these categories. They both came up with optimal routes and time saves, leaving English Ben in the lead of both of the difficulties, a 108.18 and a 135.58 respectively. Well, here we are now, with Yip owning Classic any percent, Nage owning Story Easy, and English Ben owning Normal and Sick Story. We will see what happens next in the never-ending story of the Thor scene. I would like to thank all of the Thor runners for making the game what it is today. You all have done a terrific job, whether it was minor or major.